Welcome back to D&D. So, last week, you had tailed the messenger, found the meeting spot where the messenger was meeting the Grey Orcs, heard the messenger ask for a delay. You then tailed the Grey Orcs back into the path they followed, found the warning about the psychic fog, continued in, made camp, where you were then attacked by a number of Fey hunting hounds. Managing to defeat them, you witnessed a figure far away who was riding a giant griffin. He blew on a hunting horn and then he just kind of disappeared from sight. You then continued on forward until you found a large opening where a large amount of psychic fog emanated from. You were able to recover a bit of mithril. From there, you passed by, able to cross the chasm before coming to the mouth of a cave. So we leave off there. The cave itself, tight. At best, you could probably fit in 2 people, shoulder to shoulder.
I can take point if you're not looking to, if you want to be a little safer. Yeah, so I'll take point on, and I can see further than probably the rest of you anyway, if it gets dark or anything like that.
All right. Continue on. The tunnel is narrow and twisting, and eventually it comes to an intersection, splitting off into 3 separate directions.
Can we all kind of gather on the intersection and I guess take a look at for footsteps, see if we can track which way these guys went?
Yep, if you wanted to do any tracking, just make a survival roll.
Okay. I will help people
I can help
better at it.
I will use guidance because that is my utility for the moment.
Okay.
So I should open up my character.
And I'm getting help on survival roll.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And you get a D4.
And
Nice.
Okay, perfect. 29, wow. All right. So, you realize they have gone down the rightmost path, which continues going. It goes twisting, and you notice that it kind of spirals, heading a bit downwards, making a slightly tight turn. Do you wish to continue down the tunnel?
Yeah, but just out of curiosity, do the other tunnels give any indication of what might have been down that way just off the footsteps, or are they even getting traffic?
With that 29, Fern would be able to determine that those tunnels have not seen use in a long time, probably months, maybe years.
Yeah, let's follow the footsteps.
Okay.
The last thing I want to see is an underdark 5-headed Hydra dragon that can fly and shoot acid.
I don't like any of that.
All right. As you follow the footsteps down this winding, circling downwards tunnel, the air becomes damp. The psychic fog continues to pool up near your knees. It's getting, well, up to Fern and Fiffle, it's at their chest.
that's high for me.
Is there enough vertical clearance to have them ride on shoulders?
Yeah, it goes up. The tunnel itself would probably go up a good 6.5 feet. So
we have the cart too, don't we?
No, we left it
No, we had to
behind.
leave it behind.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, once you reached the chasm, you had no
that's right.
real way to keep the cart with you.
All right, yep, that makes sense.
And it would be too wide anyway at this point.
Did you
Jeremy,
remember?
you're here.
Hey, yes. Sorry again.
No problem.
My excuse is that I drove to Spack and back last night, and it's a miracle that I'm awake.
Don't worry about it. We had actually just started quite literally 5 minutes ago.
Real quick, check this out.
Ooh, neat.
Ooh.
Nice.
This is like fell out of a time portal from 1968 mimeoed poster. I think that I don't even know what kind of machine that like you can see the ink on it. It's like not even a perfect print. It's like so fucking amazing.
I like it.
The paper was warping from the humidity on the way to my car. Right the fuck away.
Damn.
This is a third row shakedown street score right here. So fucking stoked about it. Okay, that was my thing.
It's cool. I liked it.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Another guy selling posters walked up to me and tried to trade me for it second separate. Because he thought I was selling that poster. I was like, no, you got to find this guy.
All right. Yeah. As the tunnel eventually levels out, the psychic fog would be at around chin level for Fern and Fiffle.
What about Aurora?
She actually, as a medium-sized creature, her head would be up above it still. This would be pooling up around her chest, or maybe like her jowls. Do wolves have jowls?
Now,
I can ride on Aurora then.
Okay.
Would Fiffle be able to as well or not? She can't carry you.
I believe it. As long as it's
What are
not
we trying to get across?
combat, then you would be able to ride. Too small would be able to ride a medium, or too medium would be able to ride a large. Within combat, it would just be too difficult to like maintain the balance, unfortunately. But this case, it would work perfectly fine.
Yeah. I guess we can do that then.
Okay.
So we're just crossing additional caves full of mist here.
Mm-hmm.
We're going through the tight winding.
How's Charlie doing? Is his head above the fog?
I believe you left Charlie behind with the cart.
The who?
The cart.
The cart.
The cart. Oh, we left the cart behind?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're going back for it?
Yeah, ideally.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta cross those chasms like 40 feet and 20 feet long.
Yep.
I'll climb on your spectral wolf.
Nice.
All right. With the tunnel eventually leveling out, the psychic fog is receding and rising, similar to the breathing that you'd seen earlier in the chasm itself. Following these tunnels, you do eventually find a T intersection, one splitting kind of left before curving, and then another one going right more or less straight.
Are there tracks down all of them?
You could make a survival roll to take a look.
Let's do that.
I will D4.
Help again or normal?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
I just want to see the D4. We're gonna get a 30 someday, damn it.
Funny enough, another 29. Fern, the footprints do not follow either the left or the right. They appear to be going straight, right into the wall.
Ah.
I guess we can investigate the wall then.
Yeah.
Okay, give me an investigation roll.
I will definitely assist on that. Or I
I'm
can
not good
make
at
it.
investigation.
I can roll. I guess I have proficiency.
Okay. I have a good invest too.
Okay. Otto, as you place your hand onto the wall, kind of running your gauntlet over it, it does feel like there is resistance, but as you press on harder, your hand passes through, and you realize it is an illusion in front of you.
Okay. Let's we're probably in the look for traps phase of the approach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to look for traps, go ahead and give me this would be a perception check to attempt to find any traps that are along the way. The tunnel appears
Super sync.
to be trapless. Graham, you don't see anything.
Let me.
I'll do one.
Can I do one? Since I can. It's not a dark tunnel. Maybe I can see better.
Yeah, it's not. It's relatively lit up
Okay.
with the dim light of the mushrooms.
Okay.
Fern, Otto, you do not appear to notice anything. The tunnel appears to be devoid of traps.
You're like, Piffle, do you see anything? You're good at traps.
Piffle looks for traps.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Where's my character sheet?
Come on. Come on. I just want to say I wrote 3 guidances out of 1 in a row.
Nice.
Fiffle. Looking through, you notice no traps, no tripwires, no hidden panels. You don't see where anything that could trigger a trap or where a trap could strike you from. A tunnel appears to be safe.
This tunnel is completely safe, guys.
All
I've never
right.
felt safer in a tunnel miles underground.
Never
Not
seen this.
miles.
A mile? I mean,
All right. Well, continue on to the tunnel. You eventually find yourself. We're going to go to this map here, and you're going to be far to the bottom left.
Oh boy.
Okay. I see we're playing with the reveal technique again.
I don't think it's gonna like cause any slowdown. I believe so. We will see.
No, it's fine. No, I like it. No, I just remember last time we were having some issues because it wasn't showing for some people.
It should be good now.
No, it's fine. It's been a while. I'll stay on point.
Okay.
I guess.
You do notice that the tunnel curves to the right from where you're standing.
Yep, I will move over here and then look around the corner. And once I notice if it's safe or not, I'll like move toward the corner and the turn.
Yep.
So I guess, God dang it, laptop, stop being stupid. There you go.
Okay. Looking through, the tunnel curves more to the south. So this would be to your right from where you're standing.
Yep. And I'll just beckon the guys over. The team over.
Okay.
And then I guess we'll just keep doing that as we dance our way around.
Okay.
And obviously I'll just keep looking around, like, just to make sure there's nothing's out of the ordinary traps or anything like that.
Yep. The tunnel continues forward. You do know eventually there's a point where the tunnel has seen some partial collapse that requires squeezing through. You can fit one person through at a time, but it isn't narrow enough that it's going to restrict your movement. Fern and Fiffle would be able to move through it without issue. Graham, Otto, and even to an extent Aurora would need a little bit of a little bit of a effort to get through, but ultimately you are able to get through it without any real trouble.
I guess that's the area I just went through.
Gotcha.
Actually, it's right in front to the very the middle here.
Yeah, this area right here. That's a figure.
It is this area right here.
Okay. Boom, 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 boom.
Okay.
All right, and I will.
And then you are able to see. All right, so from where you were standing, Otto, you're able to see this here. You notice a large pit directly in front. There is a broken bridge. Part of it dangles within the chasm itself. The bridge appears to be old. The planks are rotten. the rope that has held it together is actually a kind of metal cable that has snapped. Give me an investigation if you would.
I will
Anybody
assist
helping me?
if possible.
Yeah, you can assist.
Man.
Okay. Otto, you were able to notice on the chasm edge another set of looks like kind of the metal teeth marks, the ones you had seen earlier in the chasm before, indicating what you believe to be a kind of mobile bridge that just kind of like hooks onto it. So it looks like that mobile bridge was used here as well.
Man, it's kind of stuck to be the guy that has to carry that thing around. Or the guys.
Could be they're just carrying one of their supply train. Could be that they've each got like one big segment that they keep in their infantry pack or something.
At the most narrow point, the pit in front of you is 15 feet across.
I think that.
I think I can safely make
we can make that jump, right?
Yeah, but Graham is gonna have a look around the chamber just generally for more things before we try to do a running leap over a giant pit.
Yeah, I think we can also say we're on the wing.
Dang it.
Okay. Graham, you don't really notice anything too out of the ordinary. You did actually notice when you first went into this cave and around here that there are lanterns that have been lit up, providing they're fading, so appears to be a dim light, but they obviously have been lit by somebody or something.
Mm-hmm.
Give me an Arcana check.
Graham or anyone?
Anybody. Now that Graham's kind of like ID these. Wow. Okay.
I don't know why it went twice, but
Otto, investigating these lanterns, they appear to have a kind of glowing crystal inside of them. The crystal is fading. You've seen something like these around before. Looks like these were placed in at some point. You don't know how long ago, but it is some sort of a magical effect similar to a light spell that has been imbued on this. However, the magic has begun to fade.
With this roll, can I tell how long this magic lasts?
This magic, without proper reinforcing, would last for, you suspect, maybe a year before needing to be recreated.
Okay. Doesn't not much info on how long ago they went to heaven. Well, we investigate. I'll just like relay that anyway because I'm a nerd. I learned about this in my books back in when I used to have a tavern, guys.
If Kaido was here, this would be the point where he called you a nerd and then realized he was also a nerd.
Okay. Let's see. Oh dang! Forgot Country Boy's fucking yoked. I have a 19 strength.
Graham would be able to jump almost 19, or well, he would be able to jump 19 feet.
19 strength.
Yep.
He's F16. I'm happy with that.
At 8th, I'm definitely going to get something that raises my strength a point. And I guess Graham will make a runner first, tying a rope around his waist and giving it to Otto in case of, oh fuck.
Yep.
And yeah.
Graham is easily able to cross this pit. It's almost comical how easy it is.
I don't know. Do you want to hold the rope now in case?
Yeah, Graham will look for something he can tie it around, maybe even using those anchor points for the bridge.
Yep. Who wants to go first?
Ooh, a dangerous rope bridge?
I love those.
It's an acrobatic jump across the deep chasm.
I was just imagine we'd have Fiffle in there as well.
Implement the line as acrobatics there.
I'm gonna hand the rope to Fiffle and say, in case you miss, Graham can pull you up.
All right. Piffle does some acrobat shit and swings across that thing using thing.
Give me an acrobatics roll.
Cartwheel and a backflip in the middle of the thing.
Well, it's a bit of a
Piffle
tumble.
click his heels together halfway across the gap.
Yeah, Fiffle jumps and clicks his heels together and falls more into the pit. Graham, please give me an athletics roll to kind of arrest Fiffle's fall. Fiffle's light. Graham, you're able to like get him the last couple feet up. It's more that he just got his feet on the edge of the pit and just needed that last little bit up to keep him from actually falling into it.
Gotcha.
Thanks, Graham.
No problem, buddy.
We'll invest in your Kindle endeavors later.
And yeah, Graham is yoked.
Corn fed something.
I'm assuming Fern is next.
Sure.
Are you gonna throw the rope over here, Graham, so she can hold on to it?
Well, if you've got one end and I've got one end.
I believe you were tied off to Fiffle in
Okay.
order to get him across.
It, so
Gotcha. Right. Okay. Then yeah, I will lasso throw back over.
Okay, give me another athletics to attempt to lasso throw it over. Easily able to get it lassoed over the anchor point next to Otto, the one that's still standing.
It turns out small town livestock wrangling has a lot of skill overlap with navigating the Underdark.
Okay, so I get the rope and I do an acrobatics.
Yep, you can attempt
Strength or you can
acrobatics to.
Self, I don't know, whatever's.
I can what?
You can yeet yourself with strength. You can.
Oh no, I only have a 10 in strength. It's not gonna work. I could rabbit hop. That's 15 feet. That's the only thing that I would have other than.
That's the ditch is 15 feet.
Yep.
Well, I will just do that then, I guess.
Okay. Yep, the nearest point is 15 feet. Fern is able to easily jump over it with a little rabbit kick. All right.
Ooh.
Remaining is Fern and, Aurora and Otto. Fern just left over there.
I'm assuming you want me to tie Aurora.
Yeah, her strength is 14, so she can do most of it.
Yeah, she would have 1 foot left, so she would need to get pulled the rest of the way, but just a single foot.
I will tie the rope around Aurora.
Okay.
Thus begins the journey of Aurora to Chewy. Fork.
She's died a couple of times, but gotten brought back.
Yeah, but it wasn't due to owner negligence.
Look, just ride in a cart, slam through a gate, and then just forget to strap Aurora, and it'll be fine.
Good missile.
All right. Aurora has a rope kind of tied around her in a little harness fashion, similar to an anti-pole harness that you would see on a dog. Aurora looks none too pleased, but she does a running jump, and her paws hit the side of the pit, and she begins to kind of try and scramble up. Graham, give me an athletics to pull Aurora up that last foot.
All right. Nice.
Easily done. Aurora is just it's like Graham wrangling, I don't know, cattle. I'm not sure.
Like a ram or like a followers, or something.
And in this case, Aurora actually wants to come with you rather than fighting against you, so it's pretty easy.
Graham,
I just like the fact that because Kaido's not involved, there was no animal handling check.
Graham gives Aurora like a little tuzzle. Like, yeah, good job.
She licks your face.
Now here's the question, Graham: do you let Aurora lick your face, or do you do the thing where you kind of like hold their cup the head and then prevent them from trying to lick you?
Nah, he's good with that. He's had cows.
Graham, it's actually strange how much like the old farm, the Underdark is. A little too eerie, in fact.
It's weird how much overlap there is.
Otto, you remain on the side. You do not have a rope on you. However, if your strength is 15 feet or more, or 15 or higher, you can just leap it with a running start. Oh, Ed left. Okay, I think his computer went screwy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Otto has like a.
Yeah, I think he can make it.
Yeah, so Otto just jumps it, and it's back.
That was bizarre.
What happened? We saw you came and go.
No, the internet just like disconnected for no reason and then reconnected.
Boo.
I have 16 strength, so that should be enough.
Yeah, Otto, I suspected. You just jumped it.
Okay.
All right.
Just yeet.
So you see a path heading to the left, a smaller little path kind of to the right that would need you to squeeze through it, as well as a kind of very, very narrow path that only a small creature would be able to fit through. Medium-sized creatures would be just completely incapable of passing through there.
Obviously, they went to the left.
Yep. The very, very narrow path is to the left and then heading down more to the south. So 3 paths. One, a large open path to the left, a narrow open path to the right, and then the very narrow one to the southwest.
So we should probably keep following the tracks, but
Yeah.
keep an eye on those entrances in case there's other cave critters that come up behind us.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. As you head to the left, just place your characters where you would like them to go. All right. Graham, you see a footbridge. It has the lanterns on it. It crosses a bit of clear greenish water, kind of nice green, clear blue. You can see down below the water, almost to the actual bottom. You suspect it'd probably go down at least a good 10, maybe 15 to 20 feet.
Does the
anything interesting about the water look dangerous? Like any crab people, like they're gonna come out and
make a nature check.
Kaido.
We got Kaido. Oh, Graham's apparently on a roll.
All right.
I would have given you a D4. So if you want to throw that on.
Sure. Nice.
Yes. Fern, the water is some sort of wet liquid.
What is water?
Hydration.
You've not seen it before in the Feywild. It's completely foreign to you.
I caught Slurms Mackenzie dances in the water sometimes.
Grab like 25. This water is a clean, clear water coming from a spring. It is cold, not freezing. You do notice a crystalline buildup along the banks of this little stream here. You suspect that maybe it's bringing up some sort of like crystals that are just creating a sort of sedimentary against the banks. But beyond that, it is fresh. It is clean. It's very drinkable, you believe. Doesn't appear to be any... you notice live insects in the water itself, so they don't think there's anything poisonous within it that would cause them to die. If there's anything further upstream that is dangerous, however, you couldn't say for sure. But you don't believe it to be the case.
Okay. Graham is going to check the cave walls around us on this side as well.
Okay. Well, let's do a little peek here. Okay. The walls are just a kind of stone. I would say you would probably suspect it to be granite, maybe? I don't know enough about geology to say if that would be something you could find down here, so yes, it is. And if not...
It is in this setting.
If not, then it's due to magic.
Gotta be careful, granite elementals might come out to get you.
Damn you, magic. Okay.
But yeah.
This looks like it's a aquifer coming off a glacier or something. This probably the water source for whoever's down here. Maybe the druids used it when they were here. It's the mystery of the druids.
The Druids.
The druids.
They all have an attitude.
No one knows who they were or what they were doing.
Druid stuff. Turning into animals.
Bears.
For druid reasons. Best not discussed.
I'll explain everything later.
But there is a bridge in front of you that is crossing this little stream. The bridge itself is actually in great shape. Does not appear to be crumbling beyond a little bit here or there. Looks.
But does the bridge have traps?
You may make a perception check to determine.
Suspicious as fuck, guys.
Nope, the bridge does not appear to be trapped. You do not notice any stones that you believe would sink in to act as a trigger. You don't notice anything that could be triggered. The bridge appears to be safe.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. I was wrong. It's me who's suspicious.
This is the place to be suspicious.
But you... yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that you've noticed it's incredibly well maintained. There's even some evidence that it's seen some repair work.
So I'm guessing this is heading right up Main Street for this place, which means we should be watchful for sentries and so on and so forth. And, out of a healthy dose of paranoia, Graham's gonna use one of the hafts on one of his weapons to test his weight on the edge of the bridge before he commits to standing on it, in case it's another illusion.
The bridge is solid. The haft of the weapon strikes it, giving it some strong taps. It does not disappear, does not pass through. The bridge is a nice, solid stone structure.
Okay. Graham will cross the bridge.
All right. Graham, as you cross the bridge, you do see that the tunnel does curve slightly to the right, and you find yourself at a wall. It is a wooden wall. There is a collapsed door in front. You find yourself standing before a single-story wooden cabin. The wood has been reinforced with iron bands across it. The door that has collapsed in looks like it at one point was heavy and sturdy. It appears to be some sort of a cottage or cabin, maybe perhaps a getaway. Who it was used by, you couldn't say for sure.
All right. Maybe they're using this as as quarters on their thing, and they post up here. Want to case the place, Fiffle?
Sure.
We went across the bridge. I was just trying to make sure.
Yeah.
Let me put myself over here. Boom.
Where are you going? Across the bridge, and what are we checking out up here?
There is a house, like a cottage.
Oh.
Sort of, kind of.
Yeah.
Or is
I would describe it as a cottage as opposed to a cabin, as that...
over here? I have blackness. Well, not all blackness. I only see this area here.
Yep, that's where you see. You can see this kind of opening through the door.
Oh, I see. It's up there. Okay.
Yeah. And yes, a cottage in the forest sounds a lot nicer than a cabin in the woods.
Cabin in the woods.
Okay. So I'll sneak up to it and peer in the window or something.
There actually are no windows. There is a collapsed door, double door, in front that has been knocked in.
I'll try and sneak up to it and just peer into the doorway.
Looking inside, you can see that it is a single kind of open room, just an entryway, a foyer. It would lead to, you see, door straight ahead and a door to the left and to the right.
Do I hear anything?
Make a perception check. Nope. Quiet.
Here's a dragon.
The only really sound you hear is just from like the running water behind you.
Okay. Jeez. There's no other. Is there like a way around back? Is it like built into the rock, or is there like
Yeah, like
sidewalls? Can I go around?
From what you can see, the cabin itself was the cavern you're in. It was carved and mined out, and then the cabin was kind of built within it. It gives it a kind of fortified appearance. As for what you didn't see anything that would like lead to the back, at least from the location you were standing at.
Okay. Well, I don't want to just go start opening doors blindly. It's kind of hard to hide that. I guess I could try to open doors silently or something.
Okay. Well, what would you like to do? There are 3 doors in front of you.
Yeah, I'll go to the door to the left, and I'll try to silently open the door.
Okay. Fiffle, as you step through, you place your foot on a small little pressure plate.
Uh-huh.
And the plate depresses, and a hiss of fog
To be fair, I didn't say that I walked through the door. I said I tried to silently open it.
The door in front of you is completely open. It is smashed in. The door to the left. So you had actually stepped here when you pressed onto the that little pressure plate.
Where?
It was directly in front, right through the open door.
Oh, fantastic.
All right.
As you were saying, things were hissing.
Yep.
Death was approaching.
The fog that you had the fog that you had been seeing before kind of billows up and just fills an area about 10 feet across, enveloping you.
I see this from where I'm at.
Well, did you move towards where Fiffle was?
I'm like right here. I don't know if the fog would also like zoom out.
You're where your character icon is?
Yeah. Probably like these two.
You would hear, but you wouldn't see it. Well, actually, you would see the billow of the fog coming out from the door.
And would Otto? I'm assuming Otto would immediately put this together.
I mean, it's the same fog you've seen earlier, so.
Holding your breath doesn't really work. Where's Graham? Oh, he's back there.
Here.
Okay, so he sees it too. What does Fiffle do? Does he just stand in the fog? Back up?
Fiffle is just completely frozen, like stiff solid.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna hold my breath. Tell Graham I'm going in, and I'm gonna try to drag Fiffle out.
Okay. The fog has dissipated. It was a simple burst of
Gas
it.
trap.
Okay.
That erupted out and has enveloped Fiffle, and then after the initial plume of it, and where it goes up and it spreads out, it is heavier than air, so it just continues to try and cover the pool at your ankles before eventually dissipating.
Okay. I would drag Fiffle out since he's frozen.
Fiffle is stiff. He is stiff in a way that, like, where somebody has been, like,
Ed,
kind of like,
are stiff.
not stiff as in turning to stone. Stiff as in sort of
Of course.
like if you got knocked on the head and you were like kind of out of it and stunned.
Does he look poisoned or diseased from this, or just stunned?
He appears to be stunned. He does not look well. Actually, give me a medicine check.
Anybody good at this?
I'm not good at it, but I have a good wisdom modifier.
Can we just do
Yeah,
separate
same.
ones?
I was gonna be like try to check him out and see if I could tell what was going on with him based off prior rolls on the gas.
Okay. I mean, I'll just do a medicine on them then.
Okay. Fiffle is unharmed. It appears there's no physiological reason for him to be stunned in this way. He is not moving. He is able to speak at like a whisper and pausing, like somewhat frequently.
Hmm.
It looks like it is more psychosomatic.
Makes fits.
Based off of that, do we know how a possible way to get him to snap out of it, or is it just going to be turn based?
Graham remembers that utilizing a lesser restoration resolved the issue for the animals.
Yeah, I will do a lesser restoration on Dear Fiffle.
I was gonna. So is it a curse, or can I use like a lay on, like X amount of lay on hands, like heal?
It is not a curse. It appears to be some sort of a madness, as this is indicative of the psychic fog that you have seen earlier.
So lay on hands, like cure component wouldn't actually work on it.
A lay on hands. Well, in that case,
Here, I got the thing for you right
yeah.
here.
Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure it's only a disease or a poison, and I don't believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it isn't a poison or a disease or anything of that
Okay.
nature.
Yeah, that was
It
wondering
is.
if they include into any of those. Okay. I was trying to save Graham some stuff.
Still mumbles incoherently.
Grim will cast that there lesser
I
restoration.
better tell Fiffle he's got to keep it together for Charlie's thing.
Okay.
This Piffle leaps back to his feet after the spell. Holy shit. The fog is bad stuff. So this place is booby trapped out the ass, guys. I don't know what else is in there. It wasn't good. It was bad. I didn't like it.
Otto and Graham there.
All right. Let's scope out this room to see if there's any more of this crap.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you'd like to, you can do an investigation to attempt to determine if there's any more traps in the room, or perception.
I will try that.
Yeah, I can assist or I can do it. I don't know which one's the guy.
Graham, it's hard to tell.
I can re-roll that nat one.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Let's.
With a little fiffle wink.
That's better. That's a good wink.
Graham, you know enough to check it again. You double check and you notice that there are traps here and here. You see these small pressure plates hidden below some debris on the ground.
Is this door up here too?
That is a door up there, yep.
Okay. Paranoia has me thinking that after he points those out, there might be one from that door too on the other side.
The gift of hypervigilance.
Hey, it worked for the wild hunt.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to use spell slots.
It's just a welcome to my horrible curse kind of deal.
But Graham, you are able to identify that there are in fact traps on the doors to the left and to the right.
Okay.
You don't notice any traps within the front of the door directly ahead of you.
Okay, Graham will point out those traps and the lack of them. And looking at the one that was already tripped, do we know how to very easily disarm it?
Fiffle probably could do it, you suspect. You do notice that the pressure plate Fiffle had pressed down onto appears to be kind of automatically ratcheting back into position,
Oh,
rearming
Graham
itself.
will make sure everybody's not standing on it.
Yeah. Otto had grabbed Fiffle to take him off of the
Yeah.
actual like pressure plate itself.
So Graham will point that out as well and look to see if there's enough of a gap at the bottom to maybe just jam it with something.
You suspect you would need to use these tools to probably disarm it.
So Graham will turn this matter over to the expert and point out the hazards to Fiffle once more and allow our halfling to diddle the traps away.
Okay. If Fiffle would like to utilize his thieves tool, he can do a. He can use the thieves tool to attempt to disarm it.
We're just doing one pressure plate here.
There are 3 in the room you're currently in. The one you stepped on, and then the one in front of the door to the left and to the right.
Okay. So I should roll 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, what do you want me to do?
Well, just if you're trying to disarm the traps, it would just be utilizing your thieves tools. So you just have to. Yep.
Just one roll. I didn't know if I was rolling once per trap or something.
Yeah.
So that's not great, but
Fiffle, you believe the trap that you stepped on is disarmed.
Okay.
You tinkered with the plate.
I'll guidance him for each trap.
Okay.
I was muted.
All right. So Fiffle, you will have guidance for the next trap that you want to try.
sure. Guidance adds what again?
D4.
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 Oh, come on, click accurately. You can do it. There we go.
Fiffle, easy. You just.
I guess I don't need the thing.
You don't need guidance here. Maybe for the next one.
Fiffle, you stick your tool into the little pressure plate. You kind of fiddle with it a bit, and you see it kind of slowly like sink and ratchet in, and then like press against the ground. No fog emanates from it. It does not return back to its previous position. It looks like it just was. You managed to find the actual disarm lever within the trap itself.
Hooray.
Okay.
Before he does the last one, does it look like these were rearmed on the way back in? Have they always been armed?
You give me an investigation.
If relevant, I'll assist if that can be done. It sounds like if it self-resets, they probably.
Well, my thing is if that they disarm it, then rearm it so they can get by without triggering it on themselves.
Otto, looking out, like in the trap, the one that Fiffle had pressed onto, it has a bit of grease on it, like a fresh bit of grease. Looking at the other traps, the other 2 in the room, you do not notice a fresh layer of grease. You would suspect that if a trap rearms itself, it will also put a little lubricant on it so that it can rearm without problem.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like the grease dried out in the other 2, so it doesn't appear that they were triggered and then rearmed themselves, at least recently.
Okay.
So I just rolled for the third one and added the guidance.
Okay. You also believe that it is disarmed.
Thanks. So, yeah, I think I disarmed them.
One way to find out, I suppose.
Let's take a look at these side rooms.
Okay.
I think they went straight north, but it's good to check the sides.
Maybe just don't step on the pressure plates anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
It is better for your
health. To open the door without hitting the pressure plate here.
If you'd like, you can just kind of press the door open. The door is not locked.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay.
And then I will step, I guess, over here and take a look.
All right. Looking inside, it appears to be a small bedroom. There are little pedestals. Some crystals have begun growing on the pedestal. There's a bed, hastily. Just looks like somebody jumped out of bed many years ago and never bothered to make it. It looks like it was done rather quickly.
Those crystals growing on the pedestals, do
Mhm.
they look like the crazy crystals that we had the crazy dreams from?
No, they look similar to the ones that you saw within the actual lantern itself.
Okay. I think those are worth taking. I look at mostly asking Graham since he's more magically inclined.
Graham will take a look around.
Okay.
Yeah, we can. I guess we can like sidestep into the room to avoid the trap.
Okay.
Well, this one's disarmed. I think it's the other one, right?
Fiffle suspects all three. Fiffle suspects all three traps are disarmed.
Okay.
He doesn't believe that they are active.
I think he did
anymore.
this one first. So yeah, let's just. I guess we can go take a look in the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to be paranoid, I'm gonna go like side.
Yeah,
like,
we're gonna step over those spots anyway, just in case.
Otto does big steppy. Okay.
Yeah.
Stick the leggy out real far.
All right.
All right.
I'll investigate the room.
Okay. Yep. Give me an investigation roll.
Were you assisting?
I will assist if possible.
Yeah, because you were coming in the room with me. All right.
Mhm.
Oh, it's just a little bit better.
Okay. The room itself is covered in a thick layer of dust with spider webs. The crystal that you had seen growing is also just covered in that layer of dust. You do notice, actually, under the bed, though, a small, kind of very thin leather-bound journal.
I'm gonna
give that a looky look.
Grab the journals, look at it to see if there's anything maybe magically trapped about it. I'm hit my max paranoia.
If you'd like to check the journal for like any magic placed on it, give me an Arcana check. If you don't believe it's got any magic on it.
Okay. I will open it. I'll ask Graham to stay away in case I blow up.
Okay. Graham will retreat a healthy distance.
Otto, you
explode
undo
instantly.
you undo the leather straps on the journal, and you open up. A puff of dust comes off of it, and then the journal opens up without issue.
What language are we looking at?
It is Elvish.
Okay.
Although it's a older form of Elvish, utilizes these and thous a lot, as you were to translate it into Common.
Okay. Well, I understand Elvish, so.
Yeah, it's
okay.
It's an older dialect of it, but you're able to understand it.
Okay, I shall go through it.
Looking through the journal, it's a pretty short read. It doesn't really give a vast amount of information, although from what you can tell, this was a cabin that was owned by a drow in the city of Mithelgroth. He had this kind of set up outside of town as a kind of basically a vacation home where he could step away from the politics of the city. Doesn't give a ton of information. Does talk about how the servants he had brought with him had been coming back ill, displaying some sort of effects on them that were difficult to describe, but he didn't notice any issue with them that would be like from a plague or a poison or anything like that. They just seem to have some sort of illness to the head. And mentions that seeing like billows of a of thick green fog. The journal ends there.
Okay.
They all went crazy.
They went batshit insane, buddy. I'll take another quick look around the room, see maybe if I missed anything. Can I do that?
You're pretty sure you found everything that there is to find.
Okay, so I will let Graham know I think I found everything. If he wants, I'm not sure if he wants to stay, and I'm gonna check the other side.
Okay.
I will join you on that.
And I will do the same thing. open it, and then sidestep. And
opens up into a small foyer. There's a small closet directly north, with the door. It's closed, but there's a crack large enough to see through it without too much trouble. There is also a small little circular. Once looked like it was probably like a study, has been turned into a storeroom. Or maybe a lab at some point. You're not really sure.
Can I check the floor for traps?
Yeah, give me an investigation.
I would.
I will assist.
You don't believe it's trapped. You don't see anything related to the pressure plates. Carefully kind of testing around. You don't notice anything that would trigger, so you suspect that it is safe.
Okay. And we want to look around. Is that a coffin?
Yeah.
Here.
Give me an investigation roll.
Will also help.
I'm like looking at the map and like, is that a coffin?
Looking inside this room, yes, you do notice actually 3 coffins, kind of stacked one on top of another.
I'm going to point that out to Graham and say, you might be interested in that.
And Graham is going to get a vibe of the spiritual landscape here.
Give me a religion check. And while you're doing that, Otto, you also notice most of this is just like containers with silverware,
nice
plates. You do notice a small chest. Graham, spiritually speaking, you notice a eerie feel, indicative of a unnatural death, or a death that would occur before it was supposed to, one that was somewhat sudden, emanating from those 3 coffins. You definitely get the feeling of an untimely amount of death here. There are no ghosts or spirits in the area as far as you can tell, though, and you're pretty confident on that one.
This looks like a stairs. Maybe it's something else for the here, but
looking at that staircase, it appears to go up into a partially collapsed tower. Looks like it was probably maybe a servant's quarters, or a study, or just an observatory of some measure, or even a reading room. The tower itself has collapsed, unfortunately, so you're not able to determine.
Okay. I'm assuming this is a chest. Does it look trapped?
Give me an investigation. It is not locked.
Okay, let's investigate. I'm getting you're assisting, right?
Yeah.
God knows I need it.
The chest is not locked. Well, or it's not currently locked, as you do notice that the lock has rusted away and fallen onto the actual floor itself. The chest does not appear to be trapped in any way, shape, or form.
And I will open it very slowly.
Inside, you notice 46 gold coins.
Way.
As well as 2 healing potions.
Way.
Nice.
Let me see. Just 2. These are regular healing potions?
Yep.
Okay. Uh, 46 coins. I can't math. 46 divided by 4.
Probably isn't an even split.
23 divided by 2, yeah. So it would be 11 and a half. Oh, just hold on to it, or we can add it to the sheet and divide it later.
Yeah. Can you add it? I don't have the sheet on this one.
Put it in the bucket.
If you can add it to the sheet. I don't have the sheet on this one right here.
Dang it. I gotta open it up. It's been too long.
All right. While he does that, I wanted to take a look through the, I guess, little peephole on the north side. If there's something else here we can go through.
Yeah. So that little kind of crack in the door to the directly north end of this closet.
Yeah. see what we see in there.
Inside were fallen shelves, and any of the glasses and plates and the like that were on it have collapsed onto the ground, broken
Okay.
ceramics and glass.
All right. So other than that, it looks like we gotta go north.
All right.
All right. Let's, I guess, close the doors on these, specifically on the east side, not to like disturb anybody that might, linger around,
Okay.
and go north.
Okay. Set of 2 doors in front. They are closed. They do not appear to be locked.
No traps on the floor. It looks like, right? Because
Yeah, when Graham had checked earlier,
okay.
when he saw those 2, he did specifically also check in front of that door and did
Okay.
not see any.
All right. I will open the doors and then immediately check in front of it for traps.
Okay. Give me a investigation roll to check for traps.
Same old assisting.
Let me see. Investigation.
Yep, there is a larger pressure plate directly in front. Looks like it's actually built into the panel itself. So if you were to step on it within those 2 doors range, you would immediately trigger a trap.
I will beckon Fiffle over for assistance. We need his.
You need my tools,
Your dexterous fingies.
my nimble fingers.
We need the nimble fingies, and I will give him a D4.
Okay. Fiffle with his small hands would be able to utilize the thieves' tools and attempt to disarm that trap.
Upon going to prison, Fiffle insisted his height and weight were 6'3" and 215 pounds.
Fiffle, you believe you have disarmed this trap directly in front?
You can add the guidance still.
Yep. Yeah, you believe you've jammed it shut, and you wouldn't suggest putting too much weight on it, but you believe it's safe to step on.
I will, I guess, test a little bit of pressure on it with my spear. My halberd, I guess.
Doesn't press in. Looks
okay.
Like solid ground at this point.
Okay. I will do my best not to put too much pressure on it and go into the room.
Okay. Inside, you see what was at one point a small kind of dining room that also has looks to be a small shrine directly in front of you. 3 figures in stone are resting on pedestals in front.
I'm going to ask Graham if he recognizes these figures.
Does Graham recognize these figures?
Make a religion check.
I will make a religion check.
I will give him a D4. Also, do I recognize these figures as the flayed one from my dreams?
Nice.
These does not appear to be.
Very nice.
But the flayed one has appeared to you in at least 2 different forms. Graham, these figures are definitely older. They, from your religious study, you believe that they would probably be ones that had been initially worshipped by ancient elven kingdoms. The names escape you, but you do believe they are at least 3 of the pantheon for them. Typically not a popular religion anymore. Most elves have gone to start worshipping in Viderheim itself, the actual tribes of Viderheim. Few worshippers here or there, but they are definitely old, very, very old. And from what you've gathered around in the actual Underdark, worship of any elven gods had been supplanted by worship of Azith.
Makes fits. Okay, Graham will relay all that.
Okay. Now, the other thing you see in this room is a door directly north, a door directly south, with that rug in between. And you actually notice a pitcher of water, fresh, clean water, probably recovered from the actual small stream outside, but it is sitting there. It's been freshly filled. It does not appear to have been like still standing water.
Graham is gonna look around.
Yeah, I will also look around. I will assist Graham this time.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Nice.
Okay. Well, Graham, you're able to easily see that there are pressure plates in the north and the south door. And you notice that there are actually some scrapes on the ground right here. Right in front of that little, like, bookcase.
Graham will once again point out the pressure plates as well as the scrapes for the presumable path behind the bookcase.
Super secret.
Secret to everyone.
Secret, not secret bookcase. Want me to jimmy them plates?
Yeah.
Yes, I will give you guidance if you need them for each plate. Furnace plane, solitaire with Aurora.
Yeah, what? Oh, okay.
Well, I guess he can.
Using myself.
Give himself the wink.
Fiffle, you are able to once again find that small little disarm lever, and the pressure plate for the north door just kind of like goes slowly in and then does not rearm.
There you go. It's jimmied.
Well done.
Which one did you do?
The north door.
Okay. Gotta do this. What? I'll give him. Yeah, he has guidance for that, and I'll open the north door and take a look-sees.
Okay.
Let's see.
Outside, you do see more coffins.
Oh God. More coffins, Graham. This guy was sick in the head, I think.
Yeah, probably from the gas. Graham is going to look around and also going to kind of keep his eyes open for other people because of the fresh poured water.
Make a perception check.
Perceiving.
I will take a look with him, I guess. So he
There
can
we
get
go.
an advantage.
Just grab your own perception.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Where is it?
Looking out, you don't really see anybody. You do see that part of the path continues down south a little ways. You see the rest of the river, the stream, kind of flows. The stream eventually does seem to be flowing from the east to the west, and on the east side, it ends up at a kind of. It looks like it's coming from underground. The stream appears like it's got a like rock on the actual like above it, and then like the stream's flowing in and down to the southwest. But that's all you see, really, that's of interest.
Okay. Is Graham gonna study the coffin or anything?
Yeah. Religion, or is it similar to...
You could do religion if you'd like.
I will D4 in case he needs.
Okay.
not 1d54.
Oh, that would be awesome.
16. All right. Graham, it's similar to the feeling you'd felt before from the coffin of a sudden, not like an instant like arrow to the heart, but something that worked very quickly over the course of maybe a few minutes to a few hours, at most maybe a few days, and caused an untimely death.
Nasty.
The coffins themselves are closed. One of them is chained shut. That appears to be the oldest one. It has the thickest layer of dust on it.
Chained shut.
Well, in in professional circles, we call that a sign to not touch it.
Oh, you're lucky that Kaido is here.
Can I make a history check for lore, like folklore or culture from Viderheim about like undeath rumors and
Yeah.
such?
Yeah, you can make a history check. Okay.
So I can figure out, like, oh, around here they have Draugr or whatever.
Graham, yeah, you know that undead can occur from a number of sources. You know that they can come in from a things like battlefields where a lot of magic was used, or just areas where there's lots of magic in general. Um, it can be done without a wizard or a sorcerer or any magic user. If magic has permeated the land, and then even years later, dead could rise from it, especially suffering from a violent death. Do know that Viderheim does tend to have things like Draugr here or there. They do their best to destroy them or at least appease the bodies if possible. And you know that when the Arwellan Empire came in, they did introduce uh, legally practiced necromancy that, while not popular, has stayed around to this day. So it's pretty standard from what you remember.
Yeah.
Graham, the coffin on with the chains rattles as it attempts to open up.
Oh, well then. Does it look like the lock and chain is holding?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can auto detect undead specifically? Is that one of the things you can do with that ability?
Let me tell you. Pretty sure it
You should be able to detect it. Let me just verify because I know there's something about full cover. Yep, as long as it's not behind total cover.
So that wouldn't work.
The coffin rattles one more time and then stays still.
We don't hear any voices through the wood or anything, just coffin movement?
No.
Any, like, groaning, whatever?
Oh, Otto, you don't notice that thing moving at all. Only Graham.
Ah. Graham will let the group know that.
Is there any, like, I don't know how to do this, like, puncture in the coffin that I could sense something through it?
You wouldn't be able to use the divine sense through it as it would count as full cover for anything within it.
Yeah.
You could attempt to use divine sense to determine if there are any undead in the area, but within 60 feet, if you'd like.
May not be a bad idea if it's not a huge resource burn.
Yeah, I could do that. I mean, I have 5 uses of it, and we don't really get to use them a lot. Yeah, I'll use it. I like.
All right. You do not notice any undead, fiends, celestials within 60 feet. Your divine sense comes back clean. Nothing.
Does this also count for objects that were consecrated, whatever? Because this also works for that. If you look further down near the end of the first paragraph.
Nothing you can notice.
Okay.
Nothing consecrated or desecrated.
Okay. Did Fiffle do the bottom room then?
He did not know.
Can you get the bottom room trap, Jeremy?
Sorry, making snack. What trap?
There's a door on the south of where Graham and I are. There should be a trap like right here, right there. And I'll give you guidance for that.
Okay, you can roll the d4. Okay. You believe that the trap has been disarmed.
I will open the door and then shimmy in.
All right.
If necessary.
Well, okay. Looking down, it enters into a small little back area. You do see that the door probably wouldn't be needed, as it does have like a little ledge before getting into the chasm or the stream. that links around. Looks to be at one point was a fishing area. You see nets, fishing rods. They've long since rotted and have become unusable. You do notice in the water a metal fishing trap, small little pale white fish without eyes kind of dart within it. Having been trapped, you'd see them kind of nibbling at some bait that had been placed inside the trap itself.
Mm.
And you continue seeing that the river flows down to the southwest.
And I'm assuming this is also fishing stuff, right?
Yep, it's all just fishing gear. Lures, fishing hooks, some line, the actual fishing poles themselves, although most of the stuff is rotted or rusted, and nothing appears to be in workable condition. Maybe if it got some repair, but for right now it is kind of like soft, mushy wood in your hand.
Nice soft, mushy wood. Okay.
Definitely looks like insects and the like have gotten to it.
Okay. So there's no point really investigating this area. It's pretty obvious what it is. I will step back in and close the door and then close the other door. Especially after Graham said that the coffin was rattling.
Yeah, we got a movie coffee kind of situation.
Yep. So I'll close both doors.
Okay.
And then let's go take a look at this area. I don't think there was a trap there.
You don't remember seeing anything, and you investigated pretty thoroughly.
Yep.
In front of you,
move the bookcase, I guess, or whatever it is.
The bookcase, a solid piece of wood. This one looks like it's been treated. All the bookcases really look like they've been treated to avoid being affected by bugs, water. They've got a nice layer of varnish on them. You would, if it weren't for the layer of dust on them, you would have suspected that it would be more or less brand new. The cases themselves look like they are not built into the walls, but probably like nailed or bolted into the wall. The one in front of you doesn't appear to be any different. Although it does appear, well, give me an investigation roll on that bookcase.
I will assist.
Okay. Well, we're going to go with that first one.
Yeah, I was like, wow, because I didn't even touch the thing. I just read it.
You do notice that there is some dust that has been disturbed on the bookcase itself. Cobwebs that have been brushed away. In the bottom part of the bookcase itself, near the back.
Okay, so this looks like a switch that I'm guessing.
Yep, your fingers brush against a small little switch. Difficult to see. Looks like it's kind of built in. Actually, yeah, as you press it, you can see that it actually is just built into the wood itself, and if you didn't know what to look for, it would be very hard to find that. Do you press the switch?
I will tell them that I'm going to push the switch and to step back just in case.
I'm about to morb.
It's morbid time, and I push the switch.
I saw everybody move back. You press the switch, and you can hear a small little and the bookcase swings free towards the other bookcases. Pretty well balanced, but it looks like just due to damp weather and age, the floorboards have warped enough underneath of it that it does scrape against it. You believe that when the cabin was first built and being used, that probably wouldn't have been something that would have been a concern.
Okay.
And I will look through the newly opened passage and see if there's anything
Looking
There.
in is a small little hallway.
I will look at the floor for traps because I'm paranoid.
Okay, give me an
Yeah.
investigation roll.
Assist, etc.
Okay.
Nice.
Doesn't appear to be trapped in any way, shape, or form. Looks
All right.
pretty.
I will walk in and look around the corner and keep going as long as.
Okay. Looking through, you do see what appears to be a small study. There's a stone floor with some decoration built, kind of inlaid into the ground. You see a desk that has been cleared out of most of its contents. You can see that there have been some papers that have been left behind, spilled ink pots that have long since dried, a couple of quills. But the desk itself appears that in a haste it was rapidly cleaned out, and anything that was important, or at least important enough, was removed.
All right.
Okay. I assume this whole hallway all the way to here is safe then from that investigation.
You don't believe there are any traps, no?
Okay. I just want to make sure that hallway was covered. I will check the room right away.
All right.
What?
Inside, there is what looks to be some small little mushroom gardens near the south, as well as a door south leading directly out on the right side, heading to the east. You would see it right here.
Yep. Okay. I will very paranoidly and make my way through the room looking for traps.
Okay, give me another investigation. Now, is everybody else following behind him?
Yeah.
All right. And I'm assuming.
I'm continuing to assist on the switch.
Okay. You don't believe you see anything. You don't see any traps. The ground looks like it hasn't been disturbed in many years. Or at least not in a way that would have traps inlaid into it.
What the heck? Guys, not leave footsteps or anything on the dust.
This room appears to be relatively clean compared to the rest.
I will walk in and I will walk the perimeter of the room on the north side around.
Okay. Perimeter of the room on the north, you'd see stone shelves. Were once there were books there. Most of the books that remain have rotted away. They are some old glass bottles. Most of them have broken, fallen, been opened and dried out. Any liquids within them appear to be no longer there. Some of them have a thin layer of dust, a colored dust of blues, greens, reds, kind of just along the bottom. If they were potions, they are no longer the case.
All right, so nothing usable there. What kind of mushrooms do these look like? Now that I can see them.
Make a nature check.
Can anybody help me? Just maybe followed me.
I can help with nature.
Okay.
Yeah, let the bun get it done.
Okay.
Let the bun get it done.
I will give her D4.
Oh, okay, I'm doing. Okay, I'm doing.
Okay. Fern, it looks like the mushrooms may have been edible mushrooms being cultivated here. Do you believe they are safe for consumption? They don't appear to have anything that would be poisonous about them.
Based off of her saying that, do they look like mushrooms that I would have maybe heard when we were in the city or from a big fungus over there that could be used for those drinks and like food I've learned about?
Possibly. Fern is only able to really determine that they don't appear to be poisonous. They look to be just mushrooms that could be cultivated for someone's food,
Shroom
their
party.
dinner.
Shroom party. Okay. Is there a trap on the front of the door?
With your previous investigation, you don't notice that. It
Okay.
doesn't appear to be the case, no.
Okay. I'm going to open this door on the side.
Okay.
And take a look-see.
Okay. Opening the door, your initial just kind of opens up into a small little backyard area. Looking through where you currently stand, you only see like just that first initial exit from it. The ground is dirt.
And right here, does this look suspicious or maybe trapped or anything like that?
Make an investigation.
I'm having lots of fun investigating. I assume Graham is assisting again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Graham, just go put yourself in the room where it be. If you don't believe there's a trap there, it looks just dirt, and you don't see kind of like quietly brushing.
Okay,
you don't see anything. And you find, looking down. Alright, I'm going to show you the whole kit and caboodle because... Ooh, wrong one. You find a number of gray orcs standing there. Did you have fun checking for traps?
Yeah, and then I'm going to just walk right back in here. And then close the door. It's like, yeah, there's a fuckload of them in there. I saw like 6. That's all. I don't even know. I just saw rows. So I just said like 6.
You hear a heavy wooden thump on the other side of the door.
Trying to break it down, it sounds like.
Just one single latch of the door.
Maybe we should get out of this tiny room. I said maybe we should get out of this tiny room if we're gonna fight them.
You begin to notice that green fog beginning to fill the room you're in.
Ah, joy.
Back up to, I guess, that room.
Yeah, assuming we can, yeah.
Fog is beginning to fill the entire cabin now.
Okay, let's
pooling around your knees and quickly...
Hang on, I'm trying to grab my guy. Over here.
All right. As you exit the house, the fog is spilling out of it. However, in this open area, the fog just kind of flows out and only really gets up to your knees, and it doesn't gather up and go above your heads. Continues on like this for a good 15 minutes before eventually the fog dissipates completely.
So what do those gray orcs look like? We didn't have a lot of time to examine that.
I don't know if I can make a check off of what I saw them. Would that be intelligence?
You had seen these orcs before. Kaido had seen them talking to the messenger, and you actually remember meeting them earlier when Kaido had been kidnapped by the crab monster. They were part of the auction before it was interrupted, of course.
Well, I think those are our guys, or some of them anyway.
So if we go back to this door, I'm assuming it's barricaded now.
If you head back that way, the door is shut tight, and it is refusing to open up.
I will Eldritch Blast it.
Okay. Give me an Eldritch Blast attack against it.
I think it's 3 of them I can do. That sounds right.
I couldn't remember, so it's at least 2.
Yeah, it's at least let's just go with 2. Oops.
Just roll the actual.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's a low AC on the door, so just give me the damage. We'll just do it again just to be safe. 8 and the 14. Okay. With the 8, it strikes the door. The wood kind of shakes on the door. You blast a nice hole in it. With the second one, the 14, the door smashes open and splinters completely open.
And what did they try to barricade the door with? Or was it just like a 2x4?
Yep. You do see that they had basically laced a piece of wood. You do notice on either side of the door are 2 little metal hooks. Looks like they just kind of hooked it in and used it as a very just a quick and dirty barricade.
Yep. Amateurish barricade. Okay.
The orcs themselves are not there anymore.
So they know they've been tailed and they got away.
Okay, so we can go to the thing, I guess, and we can take a look where they might have gone. There's a bunch of...
Okay. Well, you do see below there are more mushrooms. These ones don't look like they were cultivated to be used as a garden. It looks like these ones have grown up. They are a bunch of bulbous purple mushrooms that have just kind of expanded around and growing in the soil wherever they can find space. You do see a small little shrine to the bottom towards the west.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that as soon as they saw me and the fog came, that these mushrooms are the origin of the fog.
If you'd like, you can check the mushrooms.
Can I check the mushrooms?
Yes.
I will investigate. How can I do this?
Just be a nature roll if you wanted to check these mushrooms.
Anybody?
Fernal.
I can help you. I can help you, or I can do it. Either way.
I can risk it out. You can help me. Yeah.
Okay. Otto, you don't believe these mushrooms are the source of the psychic fog.
I'm paranoid. They are.
They are large purple bulbous mushrooms. You don't remember really seeing them. You've seen smaller ones, but these ones have really expanded out. You suspect that these are probably from a deeper layer of the Underdark that have made their way up to a more surface level in order to grow further. You do believe they are edible.
Hey, they're edible, guys. Pretty sure they're edible. We can have Kaido test it.
We'll pin that one on the maybe list.
Maybe on for us or maybe for Kaido?
Yes. Do we see the tracks old or new of the gray orcs?
Make a survival check.
Well, D4, whoever's going to survival.
Fern can go for it.
All right. Fern, you actually do see a number of tracks through the soil here that have led to and gathered around the shrine right here.
Is that shrine specifically for any patron god? Or is this for the sheep bro?
Make a religion check.
I will also.
Yes. Where's my religion?
I got an 8.
Where's my religion? Where's my religion? There we go. I'm religious.
All right. Graham, you're not sure. Otto, you think this is probably the older elven gods, the same that had been like they had the small statues in the actual like dining room you'd been in earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like just a very small little shrine out in this backyard for them as well. Also, from the wax that had melted onto it, candles had been lit. Possibly something for the dead, maybe? A memorial.
How old are these?
Several hundred years, you would suspect.
Okay. Let's see if Graham notices anything undeady about this. Good or bad.
The tracks don't go anywhere else, only to the shrine?
Yep. Graham,
Go
I
ahead.
mean, there's definitely, you get the feeling of undead. This one gives you a less horrible feeling of a rapid, scary death and more of a at ease kind of
Okay.
death,
So
emanating specifically from this shrine. Although
this
you
is a place of rest. Sorry,
do
go on.
feel something's not right. Like, you've seen shrines before, you've set up a few. Definitely feels like there's some sort of like it was disturbed in some way.
Hmm.
The orchestra, this shrine. That's what I'm getting at. This is where the tracks lead, right?
Mhm.
Can we investigate this area?
Yes, you can.
I'm assuming I'm getting assistance.
Yep.
Auto looking around, you can definitely see that there is disturbed soil separate from the footprints around the base of the shrine. Uh, Looks like the shrine could be pulled out.
I'll point that out, and then I'll ask Graham if we should, like, I don't know.
Not much else in the way of options at this point.
Can we do anything for the disturbed? Or can you? I wouldn't want an angry spirit after me.
Yeah. Does Graham have any insights on that?
Make another religion check, Graham.
We'll make it.
Your specialty, do it at advantage because this is related
Hooray.
to the undead rituals.
I'll give him a D4.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Graham, you believe that lighting some candles, you don't know the specific prayers for putting
Sorry.
worshippers of elven gods to rest, but
Hello?
you. Oh. Looks like he's answering the phone. Well, I would say Graham knows enough to relight the candles, say a few prayers to put the spirits to rest, or at least make them a little more at ease.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Yeah, Graham, you know, you should place a few candles, light them. You know a few prayers, not specifically to the elven gods, but to Eidos at least, that you suspect would probably be, not good enough, but you suspect best that you can do.
Yeah. Graham will carry that through. Conduct that quickly with his grave tending kit.
Okay. Just takes a few minutes, but the spirits do feel more at ease. You definitely feel like that kind of spiritual presence dissipate and become less, you wouldn't say mad, but it was like more of a frustration or an annoyance that kind of just eases out. And it's not like any specific person or spirit, just like the kind of general vibe.
The temperature, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So with that done, I think we can try to proceed.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. How would you like to do this? How would you like to proceed?
I'm assuming so. We moved this. We know they went this way, so I guess I can take point if we've moved the shrine respectfully.
I am moving respectfully.
Okay. If you'd like to move the shrine, give me an athletics.
Okay. I don't know if Graham was assisting or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, don't do it again. Boom, 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 boom.
Okay. Otto, you're able to pull this out. It's a solid stone, but it looks like the stone itself was placed on a kind of smooth surface below it, so it slides out with a little bit of effort. Pulling it out, you do see that there is a kind of hole that's been dug behind it with a staircase leading down further. Small handholds on the back of the shrine would let it be kind of pulled back into position. You do know that these kind of metal handholds look like they've been kind of hammered in with one similar to your metal pitons. It looks like they've just been added to the back of it to make it easier to move in and out.
Okay. Graham will make a note to do something about that. But that'll be on the way back. Keep an eye out. They're probably, if they're not waiting in ambush or sending word ahead, they're going to get report they're being followed. So I guess proceed with caution.
Okay. Yep. The staircase narrow. It's gonna definitely be kind of like one person at a time, and it has far down. There is no light. Where before there were just like lanterns and mushrooms, this one is completely dark.
Yep, I can take point then because I can see.
Okay.
Otto does head down, looks a couple 100 feet at least, because it definitely goes outside of your dark vision range.
Yep.
Traveling down, you probably walk a good 5 minutes of just right down, and you find a door, thick wooden door, metal bands across it. There is a small kind of opening, like a little eye slot with some like metal bands in front of it.
Does this look suspicious anyway? Look recently touched?
Looks like seen use recently. I mean, you don't see any dirt or dust on it that would indicate it hasn't been moved in a while.
Alright,
Looks like it's seen some use.
Assuming there's no traps, I will try to do the thing.
You're gonna open the door?
Yes.
The door is not locked. It slides open easily.
And
inside is a stone chamber. The chamber has stone benches along the walls. It has little metal rivets in the wall that chains are attached to. You see a number of cuffs. Looks like they could have a bunch of people kind of sit on these benches and be chained to it. And directly in the center is a metal circular kind of hatch. And you actually see a note that has been hastily scrawled and placed gently on, not the top of the hatch, but like kind of like next to it.
Is there any traps on the way to this note?
Make an investigation check.
And I will get my assistance, I assume. So here we go. Boom.
Nope.
Nice.
Actually, it looks pretty. It's odd that it wasn't trapped, because especially you would suspect they would be, but nope, not a single trap that you can find. And you're pretty thorough. It looks like this room was used to just keep prisoners in, with a small exception of this little like hatch, and then just a note that you notice is surprisingly enough written in common.
All right, probably a warning or threat or something.
Or both. All of the above.
It's I guess not all be in at the same time, but Graham will check it out.
Read it in your most threatening orc voice.
It says, "Do enjoy the trip down."
Yep. Graham will relay that.
Did they like fool us into coming down here?
So if we look down the hatch, I guess.
You open the hatch.
Carefully.
Get some distance from it and
Yeah.
have somebody ready to, like, if the whole thing collapses.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will open the hatch.
You open the hatch.
Move everybody away, and I will.
Lifting it up, you see a ladder that descends down You're not sure how far because only a couple feet down you see the green psychic fog that is just filling this kind of like small little ladder chamber heading down.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah, they've got masks for that.
My question is that do we know if this is volatile?
As in, it could be lit on fire.
Like, yeah, if like something would cause it to like combust.
Um, you're not sure. You don't know.
Yeah, we should test out trying to light gas leaks underground on fire.
We start the Centralia coal mine fire, but it's psychic gas.
Oh my gosh.
I might have a Baldur's Gate 3 problem. Pull everything out.
Be an interesting end to the campaign. Death by natural gas leak.
So I'm just gonna like very quiet, like very non-dramatically just cover it. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of gas in there. The green stuff.
Okay. Maybe we should look around here to see if the stuff to make the masks can be figured out, or if maybe there's some hidden somewhere in the building.
What about with that investigation roll? Would that help with this room specifically?
Yeah, I mean, looking around, the room doesn't have a ton of stuff in it. It looks more like it was just a single holding chamber.
I feel like they would have extras just in case.
Yeah, you do find a small alcove with. It's a hidden alcove. Like, you do notice that, like, it's behind a loose stone, and you're able to, like, kind of pull it out and see that there is one mask, one single gas mask inside.
Based off of this gas mask, are we able to identify more maybe in the building above?
Give me an investigation on the gas mask.
I will study it.
Okay.
Are you doing it, or do you want me to also do it? I can assist.
One way or the other, yeah.
I can assist you.
I would say it could be one, and then Otto can roll his investigation.
Okay.
As you pass between.
Nice.
Okay, wow. Between the two of you, looking it over, it is a leather mask that has been not quickly, but has been carefully and deliberately stitched with a metal kind of string inside. It has been, you can tell, been treated with some sort of maybe a oil or something, and then another layer of leather in between, creating as best it can an airtight seal. There are two glass eye holes that could be seen. In the front is a hose that kind of leads into a small little pouch containing what looks to be a number of meshes and filters. Inside the actual mask itself, along the skull region, crisscross of thin metal bands that have just like kind of spiderwebbing their way across it throughout the entire like forehead to back of the skull region. The face is not covered by those metal bands. You don't remember seeing anything like that in the upper section, in the cabin you'd previously walked through.
Can we figure out enough of it, and are there enough of those filters that we could reproduce facsimiles of it to get us down there?
You believe so? From what you can see, though, the care needed to actually put it together would probably take days, maybe weeks. You're not sure what metal this is or what the crisscross pattern could truly represent, why it was inlaid like that. You probably could make an airtight seal. You might be able to make the filter.
filters might be the best we can do, and then just try to improv the rest and hope.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yep. What's the
Otto,
material?
with that
Yeah.
investigation, it stands to reason there probably is a way to remove that fog.
I'm gonna look through the room again for
But it
maybe a
stands to reason the way to remove the fog would be beyond it.
yeah.
Mm.
the bottom.
Okay, so maybe one person puts it on and goes down there and looks for the off switch.
That sounds like it makes sense.
All
As long
right,
as they're
who
not
wants to get
waiting
whisked
down
off
there.
in the cliffhanger? I nominate Fiffle because he could find a mechanism.
Yeah, he's sneaky. He can hide.
Biffle looks up in surprise.
Wait, what? No.
No problem going on auto, but I feel like if there's sneakiness is involved, I might be screwed.
I just like the idea of Fiffle being voluntold.
And if he doesn't want to go, somebody else can go.
I can do it if otherwise.
I mean, I'll try, but not an obvious big fan down there. I'm just climbing back up that ladder. Give me the mask.
Okay.
Okay, Fiffle, the mask fits along your head. It grips your neck and kind of feel it like tighten as it forms a nice solid seal across your head. Looking through the thick glass eye sockets, you can sort of see like your vision is very narrowed down, and it's sort of like looking through just binoculars without actually seeing the magnification. I hope you're not claustrophobic.
Who, me? Claustrophobic? Well, Piffle starts down the ladder, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, Fiffle, you can climb down the ladder. You can hear your breathing. Like you just weren't ever aware of how loud your breath actually is once it's shoved into a mask like this.
Mm-hmm. I'll try to be stealthy as I climb down the ladder.
Okay, give me a stealth roll. All right. Fiffle, you are a shadow as you just quietly crawl down this ladder. The ladder goes down about 40 feet. After the first, 30, after the first 5 feet, 35 feet down, you are in the gas. You can feel like prickling along your head as you submerge through this. You climb down this ladder before you eventually arrive at the bottom. You are standing on a vent. You can kind of feel a wind blowing up as it like forces this gas up towards the surface.
Okay.
Behind you is a hallway. It is stone, forms an arch at the top, follows down. You're not sure as it's pretty dark down here. You can see dim light every once in a while, probably a good 60 feet in front of you.
All right. I'll start looking around for any kind of mechanism, either here in this room or in this immediate hallway.
Okay, give me an investigation check. You don't see anything immediately nearby.
Mm-hmm.
You just see this hallway heading down about at least 60 feet, probably longer.
Okay, I'll start down the hallway a little bit.
Okay. You head down the hallway. The sound of your voice is becoming, or the sound of your breathing is becoming a little more ragged. You're looking, and you can sort of feel the air becoming more stagnant. As you check the filter, you can see that the gas is maybe affecting it. You're not sure if maybe this mask is older or was possibly sabotaged. You don't know how much longer you have before it starts to affect you.
Mm-hmm. Isn't he good? Well, anything new in the hallway here?
Make another investigation roll. There is another 40 feet down, a small, looks like a dim light. And as you see, underneath it is looks like it's two levers actually, kind of built into the wall.
2 levers, huh?
Mm-hmm.
In which orientation are they levered currently?
They're both. There's one on the right. It is pulled all the way up. The one on the left is what looks to be in a middle position.
All right, I will move the one that's all the way up to the middle position.
Okay. Kind of pull, and you hear like a chunk.
Does anything happen?
The gas remains.
Push the other lever into the up position.
You pull the left lever up into the top position. You hear the vent kind of beginning to like really spin rather heavily. Everybody up above, you see the gas kind of start to flow into the room, and it's beginning to very quickly fill up the room. Ferd, you have only scant seconds before it goes over your head.
Would we be able to cover the vent like when that happened, like with the cover, as soon as we noticed it?
Yep, you could slam it shut if you'd like.
I'll run up the stairs.
Yeah, I will do that. What is it, athletics or whatever?
To do it quickly, yep, athletics.
Is Graham going to help me with this?
Yep. Meanwhile, Piffle frowns.
I don't think I
Well, Otto, you're able to just quickly slam it shut.
like,
The gas remains in the actual room, but is not getting any higher up. Fiffle completely unaware of this.
Use your link first.
This doesn't seem right. I'll try putting both levers. You said there's a middle, so I'll put them all the way down.
Okay.
Both.
You begin to pull both levers down, and you hear the vent that was by the ladder you went down turn off. The gas is beginning to recede, but you also begin to notice that the filter has failed at this point, and you are now exposed to this gas, to the fog.
Cool.
Do we notice the gas stopped?
Currently, you're up the stairs.
Whoa, no, I just put the thing
Oh,
down.
you cut. Yeah, the gas in the room begins to recede.
I'm going to carefully open the thing and look to see what it looks like down there.
You're beginning to see the gas, pretty decent pace, begin to filter down, because with the vent no longer pushing it up and it heavier there, it is beginning to just slowly, not so slowly, but like probably like 5 feet every second go down.
All right, I'm going to say it's receding.
Okay, Fiffle, what are you doing? Your mask is failed.
Panicking.
Okay.
No. Trying not to panic. Piffle just tries to make his way back towards the ladder, as best he can, as the madness tries to take him.
All right. So, Fiffle, you are
staggering down the hallway, clawing at my gas mask.
Fiffle.
Good times.
Normal everyday thing.
You want to move, but you can't. Your body refuses to move. You are trapped inside your own mind, and you are just completely paralyzed. And you're
Biffle falls over on his face,
continuing to absorb this gas.
contemplating his existence.
I would have started to climb down once I let them know the gas was going down.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. You are climbing down. So it's a 40 feet to go down. How quickly are you going?
I'm not going super quick because I don't want to get submerged in the gas.
Okay.
So I'm trying to at least keep up with it.
Okay. So you're trying to go down
at a steady pace.
5 feet a second. So you can't.
Oh,
yeah, like you could try and slide down the ladder and maybe arrest your fall, like the slide, or like control it, or you can do just a hand over hand to try and like more steady.
Probably hand over hand because I'm unsure how deep it really is.
It's gonna be slower to do that, but yeah, you can do that.
Until at least I see the bottom.
All right. Takes you about a minute or two to get down.
And I assume the gas is gone because I'm going insane.
The gas has finished. Yep. By this point, is completely.
Yep. I don't know where anybody else is. I'm going to look around and see if I can find Biffle.
You just see a straight line down, about 100 feet. How long is your dark vision?
Pretty far, actually, more than 100 feet.
You can see a dim light 100 feet down this tunnel. There are 2 levers in the walls that have been pulled completely down, and you see Fiffle's body just laid out on the ground.
I am going to sprint to Fiffle and attempt to drag him toward the ladder. Well, I'm assuming Graham is also following.
Yep.
Down the ladder.
Get down there after him.
Yeah, Fern will go down too.
And Graham will, when he gets to him, cast his third lesser restoration of the day and exhaust his second level slots.
All right. Let's see here. Graham, you cast the lesser restoration, and let me just check something quickly. Okay. Fiffle, you can feel yourself coming out of this paralysis. Graham and the others are like, you can see their mouths moving, but you can't hear anything.
Okay.
Once I notice I can't hear anything, I'm gonna be pretty vigilant on looking around. Just to make sure nobody sneaks up on us.
All right. Make a perception check.
And I'm gonna like tap and just make it here, universal sign.
All right, let me see here. Okay, yep. Yeah, Graham, Fiffle, his limbs begin moving where they were lock solid before. But yeah, Fiffle, you can see people like their mouths moving. You don't hear them talking. You actually don't hear anything at all.
I attempt to speak out loud. I say, "I'm Deef."
You do not hear yourself talk. The party hears you, Fiffle, say, "I'm Deef."
Well, probably took a heavier dose of the gas than the last one, so that ain't good.
Possibly. There was a lot of it.
Wait, I don't say anything because I can't hear you.
Graham, you could make an Arcana check.
No, I
Can
can't.
I make an Arcana check?
Yeah, you could make an Arcana check.
Let me scroll up. And that's strength.
It's a little different. Otto, you believe, based on Graham being able to cure other effects, you think another use of the lesser restoration would probably cure Fiffle's deafness, or it would probably go away eventually.
I'm going. Do we have writing utensils?
Yeah, you do actually.
I'll put like cure him again, or we can let him wait it out. Your choice, bruh.
I kind of can't at the moment. I don't have a lot of spell slots.
Okay. I will write shrug emoji.
All right. Well then, Fiffle, you are currently deaf. You are in this tunnel, and we're going to pick this up next week.
I guess